Laylatul Qadr is a special night, but what is so special about it? What are its qualities and what are its virtues? If we try to comprehend all of this, it's going to blow our minds. And that's not something I'm saying myself, it's something that Allah Ta'ala has said in the Quran Himself. Allah Ta'ala says, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا Laylatul Qadr, which means, and what can you comprehend what Laylatul Qadr is? The word here used is idrak, adraka, which is from the word idrak. There's a difference between idrak and ilm, which is knowledge. Idrak is comprehension, something that you can understand, something that you can deduce, something that you can work out or infer. And ilm is something that you know, which you can actually gather through somebody telling you that or through some other sources. Whereas idrak is something that your mind will try and comprehend. So Allah Ta'ala is saying us that you can't work out the virtues of this night by yourself. There's no way to reach it logically. The virtues of this night are so special, are so grand, are so elevated that your mind just cannot reach them. Your mind isn't wide enough, your mind isn't deep enough, or you're not imaginative enough. You can't even imagine what this is. Where your mind ends is where the virtues of Laylatul Qadr start. So the only way you can come to know about Laylatul Qadr is by us telling you that, which is what Allah Ta'ala then goes on to say. So don't try and comprehend what this night is or try to make sense of it. You can't. That's actually what makes this night special. That it's beyond our comprehension, it's beyond our understanding, it's beyond what we could even imagine. There's also a note of caution here. A lot of us will hear ourselves saying when we come across Islamic theology or across Islamic practices that we say, that doesn't make sense to me, or I can't work that one out, or that doesn't seem to make sense, that doesn't seem right. Some things aren't supposed to seem right to you because they're not dependent on you. They're not dependent on your mindset, on your intellect. They are from Allah Ta'ala. So you need to just remember that just because you can't work out something, you can't work out how something can be, how something can happen, doesn't mean it can't happen. Because we're talking about divine power here. Allah Ta'ala said, kun, be, and the whole universe came into being. That's something we can't understand without any material, without any sources. How can that happen? But that is what we have to believe in, and that's what we do. Similarly, on this night, just believe in this night. Believe in the virtues that Allah Ta'ala tells us. It's beyond your mind. If you try to fathom these, if you try and spend too much time trying to understand how this night can be so virtuous, how this night can be so special, it will blow your mind. Therefore, just believe in what we tell you about it. Believe in what Allah Ta'ala tells us about this night. As Allah Ta'ala says, and what can make you comprehend what Laylatul Qadr is? Actually, it's Allah Ta'ala that will make us comprehend and understand it. So, Tafsir Mazari actually mentioned that this question posed by Allah Ta'ala in this chapter is actually to stir up our interest in Laylatul Qadr. If Allah Ta'ala just went and told us the virtues of Laylatul Qadr, we may think, oh, they're just the virtues of Laylatul Qadr. But by posing this rhetorical question in the verse, in the surah, in the chapter, Allah Ta'ala is trying to stir up our interest. That hang on, this Laylatul Qadr is something special. This Laylatul Qadr is not an ordinary night. It's not even a special night. It's an extra special night. Then the rest of the chapter goes on and tells us the virtues of this night. Now, have a look at our other videos in this series of Laylatul Qadr where we'll go deep into the virtues of this night and some of the other aspects of the night. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, Sunni Islamic Insights, and watch those videos as well and share these with your friends. And something to note is that nowhere in this surah does it say that the forthcoming list or forthcoming virtues in this surah are a comprehensive list. That this is all there is. It's perfectly possible that there are many other virtues that we're not aware of, that Allah Ta'ala hasn't told us about. Just as Tafsir Ibn Kathir mentions that we know the 99 names of Allah Ta'ala, but actually there's more names of Allah Ta'ala, more attributes of Allah Ta'ala. But those 99 that have been mentioned are those that we can relate to, have some sort of understanding to. When we say merciful, when we say Jabbar, when we say powerful, we have some sort of understanding of what that means, what mercy is, what power is. But we don't actually know the reality of Allah Ta'ala's mercy and Allah Ta'ala's power. But we have some sort of understanding. However, there are other attributes that we have absolutely no inkling about what they're about. And Allah Ta'ala hasn't mentioned those to us. So there could be many other virtues of this night that Allah Ta'ala hasn't mentioned to us because they're way beyond even Allah Ta'ala telling us about them wouldn't make us even know about them because it's so beyond our minds. So we just believe that this is a great night of great virtues. And Allah Ta'ala has put this in this night, put these virtues in this night, and we believe in them, and we hope to gain a part of those virtues. So for more Islamic information, and especially Laylatul Qadr series, make sure you watch our other videos where we'll delve deeply into this. May Allah Ta'ala give us the ability to believe in whatever Allah Ta'ala has ordered us to believe in, and to accept and submit ourselves to the will and the power of Allah Ta'ala, and not always question everything, and recognize that our minds and our intellects are limited by just physical capacity, but also limited by our environment, by our upbringing, and by our understanding and our knowledge.